NFL picks for Sunday and Thursday this week, Week 7, brought to you by Facepalm Sports. Let's get into it. Thursday night between the Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns is going to be an interesting one. Case Keenum is going to go back to his old stomping ground of Denver to see if he can kick their ass. However, I do expect Denver to whoop some ass because the Browns are more beat up than Jesse Smollett. There's definitely a big advantage to the Broncos. And as long as everybody's still hurt for the Browns, it'd be an easy layup for the Broncos. However, they could blow it. Let's start out with some of the games this weekend. Looks like we have the Green Bay Packers over the Washington football team, or Redskins, as they have not really been politically correct as of lately. But the Green Bay Packers should go into town and own them as well. Unlike last week, I doubt he does his double check. But I'm picking Green Bay over the Washington football team. They just suck. They have no quarterback. They didn't even hire Cam Newton to come and work for them, even though they needed somebody. And Tyler Heineke is not the answer. And neither was Fitzmagic. I think he's crapped out his last little wand of magic. He should probably have retired last year and called it good. Next pick, Kansas City Chiefs versus the Tennessee Titans. I believe that the Tennessee Titans are potentially going to run all over the Kansas City Chiefs. I think Henry gets at least 150 yards, potentially 200 yards, because he's a steamroller and they can't stop him. I think Kansas City doesn't stand a prayer with their worst ranked defense in the league. That being said, sucks to be a Redskin. Sucks to be the Chiefs. The next game on the schedule is the Atlanta Falcons versus the Miami Dolphins. This is kind of a toss-up because they both kind of suck. However, I will give it more to the Miami Dolphins. It's about time they put their foot in the ground and start winning some games. I know Flores is a better coach than this, and the team just hasn't been willing to play. However, it could be the curse of the head coach being from the Patriots, which seems to suck everywhere they went. The next game is Jets and the Patriots. I think the Jets and the Patriots are going to come down to whether Mac Jones is actually going to show that he should have been the second pick in the draft of last year's quarterbacks, and really is the defense of the Patriots that shitty. So I think that the Patriots have this one. The Jets really suck, and there is no Adam Gase to blame it on. So the Jets just suck. The Patriots, however, they are actually not blaming stuff on Belichick or their holy defense that is ranked in the bottom half of the NFL, but the fact that they have a rookie quarterback. Carolina versus the Giants. I believe that the Giants have won one of their last few games that they're going to win. The Giants really suck. And their coach also sucks. And their owner sucks. And a lot of other things suck about the Giants. However, I believe that the Giants cannot beat Carolina with Sam Darnold being a blind man with his little stick out there trying to throw into the holiest of secondaries on the planet. I just believe that Sam Darnold, even without McCaffrey, can still handle the New York Giants. So I'm going to take Carolina in this one, although I could flip a coin and pretty much say that they both should lose. Now we're on to the late games of Sunday. So let's go ahead and start off with the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Oakland Raiders. Now, the Oakland Raiders did get a win last week against the Denver Broncos, who totally took a crap in the bed. However, I believe that Philadelphia is going to come out swinging. And I think Philadelphia has a really good chance at putting the Raiders on their back. Now that they've got their win out of their pants from Gruden, I believe they're going to go back to the same team they were beforehand. So that gives me the Philly Eagles to win this matchup, because I believe that the Eagles are just probably a better team, even though they're really old in the secondary and they're just trying to hold on to whatever they got. The Detroit Lions versus the LA Rams. I think that the LA Rams are going to have a hell of a day, because as the poorest secondary in the game, you cannot cover up anything. And Matthew Stafford is coming to shove a giant middle finger at Detroit. So we're going to be going to LA, and the Rams are really going to have their way with us. McVay's going to know what definitely rattles our franchise quarterback of the not near future, Jared Goff, and we're not going to have a clue what to do with Matthew Stafford and the receivers and the running back and the offensive line. So yeah, do not pick Detroit in this game. I would be so shocked that I may have to look like the kid from Home Alone. I bring this one up to the Rams. I think this is an easy layup for the Rams, and they should not be even wondering what they hit along the way. Then we have the Arizona Cardinals and the Chicago Bears, and I believe that the Chicago Bears are also in a dire situation where the Arizona Cardinals are not going to look past them at all, and they're just going to run straight over them. Kyler Murray is on an MVP pace, and I believe that Kyler Murray will, in fact, lead his team over helpless Chicago Bears that needs to be replaced. That team just needs to move out of Chicago and pretend like they weren't the Bears, because Matt Nagy has sucked, and ownership has allowed their group to stagnate at an unbelievable level. This will be week 2 where they suck. Alright, so one of our final games on Sunday is going to be the Indianapolis Colts versus the 49ers. I believe that the 49ers defense is better than the Indianapolis Colts offensive line. So, quite frankly, the 49ers should win this. It is kind of a toss-up, but I am giving it to the 49ers and Mostert, who can run, and Fields. And quite frankly, I think that the 49ers get a win. Monday night game between Seattle and the Bayou, the New Orleans Saints. I think this one's kind of a toss-up and tough one to pick, because I give it to the Saints with Jameis Winston, although he is more streaky than an 80-year-old trying to dye her hair black. I have to say that without Russell Wilson, the Seahawks really don't stand much of a chance, although Geno has been doing a fairly serviceable job, better than Jared Goff, at making sure that his team isn't totally a dumpster fire. That being said, Sean Payton is going to have some shit cooked up for the helpless Seahawks, and I don't believe Russell Wilson will be back, especially with that nastified finger of his. And no, not the one that not his stink finger. His other one. But the fact of the matter is that Russell Wilson is a trooper and will want to really move forward with the team as fast as possible, but that won't be this week. So I'm giving Monday night to the Saints, which I believe they will. Even though it's played in Seattle, I think the Saints will win, just because they're more put together than Seattle. And those are the picks of the week. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you like and subscribe. And